going on, everyone? This is your Astrology Horoscope for January 11th, 2024. I'm astrologer Alex Skyles, and welcome to the Moon Base. Glad to be here with you guys on this new moon in Capricorn. This is the final new moon in Capricorn that we're going to have with Pluto in Capricorn. So, by the time we get to the end of 2024, December 30th, around that time, we're going to have a new moon in Capricorn, and Pluto is going to be in Aquarius. So this is the last one. And how I'm feeling about this new moon, personally, intuitively, it has this aura and atmosphere of a final showdown, so to say, or a final message. With Mercury on the galactic center, there is this message, this very powerful, deep spiritual message that's coming through as well. So it's the new moon in Capricorn. Saturn is the ruling planet of the sign of Capricorn. So you really have to look at what Saturn's up to. So Mars is in Capricorn, sextiling Saturn in Pisces. Mars trining Jupiter in Taurus, and Jupiter also sextiling Saturn. So Saturn being in Pisces, right? So this is where Saturn's testing our faith, our spirituality, where we've been overlooking things, where we've been deluded, where we've gone too far in our minds, trying to leave our bodies, right? Saturn in Pisces has been really testing our reality in a sense of, hey, there are boundaries in this reality that we have to stay within. And the boundaries of this reality is this Capricorn matrix, right? That's like becomes such a popular term. And I think what we are calling this matrix is correlating with Capricorn. So this new moon at 20 degrees of Capricorn with Pluto and Mars, both ruling planets of Scorpio, there is this deep, intense scorpionic element to this new moon here. And as the new moon happens on the West Coast, it's going to happen around 4 a.m. The moon will conjunct Pluto right after that. So there's these new conscious awareness. There's this new conscious awareness that's coming to the forefront of our minds. Subconscious triggers flaring up. Emotions are very tense on this new moon. And very, it's very emotional. This new moon is very emotional on a deep level. And I think this is associated with this deep, unconscious, rooted experience that we've been having since 2008, and the outer world affects us, whether we know it or not. It's like our mind, when crazy shit's happening in the world, we develop these mechanisms in our mind that is very much a part of our evolution, that we put up these barriers to just keep pushing forward, even when chaos is happening around us. A lot of people are calling 2024 a year of chaos. And this is one of the most important historical years. I do feel and believe that we're moving into. And this new moon is kicking it off in a very powerful way. Mars, Saturn, Jupiter creating such a strong support system. We're starting to see things show up in our lives, that things we've planted, that we've been trying to manifest for a long time, that could go back to 2008, and things that have been planted through this evolutionary experience that we've had with Pluto here that we may have forgotten about. And definitely with Saturn and Pisces, there's a spiritual element, and where we've just really given our faith to. It's like, I believe, and I have faith, and I have hope. So this is with this Mars in Capricorn, sextiling Saturn. It's where your faith and your hope and your belief and your hard work and your persistence and your staying power and your never giving upness starts to show up in a physical way. And with Jupiter here also sextiling Saturn and trining Mars, this is, where all things positive start to really become physical. Taurus is physical, Capricorn is physical, Saturn is physical, Pisces is the non-physical. So it's faith and hard work. That's really the terms and the words that we could use for this new moon here. And this is setting the foundation for the long term. Capricorn is everything long term. And so is Taurus. This is very much a lifetime of hard work. And Capricorn in the 10th house is the legacy we leave in the world. So it's not just about you here right now. It's about generations to come and the work that you're doing here on this earth that can affect the next generations, right? Because the last time Pluto was in Capricorn, 250 years ago, those people aren't here now. But those people who laid out what the world is now knew the work that they were doing and the hard road that they took, which is very Capricorn Saturn, is the hard road and the willingness to stand up for yourself. Those people knew 250 years ago that what they were laying down and the foundation that they were concreting into this physical Saturnian reality was going to last a long time and affect the generations to come. This is where we're at. So this is kicking us into gear and really helping us realize what we've been doing and the hard work that we've put in the effort in this mountain that we've climbed with this Pluto and Capricorn, of really realizing like, wow, like what I am doing is not just about me and my own fame. Capricorn rules fame. The 10th house is fame or being known or whatever. This is about doing great, hard work for this lifetime, in the next. And Pluto rules the soul. So it's like, what kind of karmic duty do you have? Capricorn and Pluto, it relates to this karmic duty and this destiny that we have. And I think at the same time, when it comes to the karmic aspect of this new moon, as positive and powerful and transformative as this new moon is, there is this tense element of the new moon squaring the north and the south node. So we have to maintain our own path. We have to stay on our own path, right? And know that we have our own destiny to leave something behind that actually means, that actually is intended to be something great that can really change lives, change the course of humanity, change the course of evolution in a powerful way. And with this tension from this new moon to the nodes, it's like if we're getting caught up in the South Node Libra crazy relationship mess that can bring up, and if we're getting caught up in our ego with the Chiron and North Node, and getting too caught up in ourselves and just our own internal, whatever, you can really miss the boat of, this very powerful Saturnian energy of having this opportunity to really be aware of what you've actually been doing. Like, sometimes whenever you think about an artist or someone who creates like the light bulb, Thomas Edison or Alexander Graham Bell, who created the telephone. Like, I don't think Alexander Graham Bell realized that the telephone would now come down to be one of these things, right? Like, this is the hard work and the legacy that you leave in the world that can affect generations to come, Now, the founding fathers of America, with Pluto and Capricorn, and the Declaration of Independence was signed, that was the last time Pluto was here. 27, 28, 29 degrees. The Revolutionary War, the French Revolution, all of that, you know. There was this awareness that this was going to affect the generations to come, and that this was a very powerful moment to have the will and the staying power to hold that ground and lay that concrete and lay that foundation. Because as we go into Pluto and Aquarius, this is when radical shifts come into play. Like, we're going to see a split here in 2024 with Jupiter going into Gemini. You know, people taking signs and beliefs getting all wild and confused with Jupiter square Neptune. So this is laying that stable foundation. And with that moon conjuncting Pluto after this new moon is exact, it's like these new, very deep, intense emotional uprisings begin to come to the forefront in our mind, you know. And it is like, it's like doing detective work. When we're talking about Pluto, it's like we're really doing the detective work. But this like case that we've been working on and all the clues that we've gotten since 2008, it's like this new moon is almost like we're solving the case. Like, we're having all the pieces to the puzzle, and we're being presented all the pieces to the puzzle with Mars and Capricorn trining Jupiter, with Saturn's really solid support. As long as you stayed true and done the hard work and planted the seeds and just kept going, even through this crazy, deep, intense, traumatic Capricorn Pluto experience that we've had since 2008, this is when all the pieces of the puzzle start to present themselves. And as we move through the new year and as this new moon kicks off this new cycle, we can start putting the pieces together. And with Pluto and Aquarius coming in, as we're putting these pieces together, there's going to be pieces of the puzzle that just show up out of nowhere that were so unexpected and wild and out of this fucking world that, you know, we didn't know were even part of the puzzle. So the puzzle will keep expanding, but this is when we start to really receive what we need and what we've been uncovering within ourselves, within the collective, and this whole new awareness of what this matrix truly is. Because where we were in 2008 and our perspective of what that is not what it is now. And we can even look at 2020, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, South Node conjunction. That was the trigger point of that awakening, you know. And I think an underlying element here is there's a big message coming through. Mercury on the galactic center. This is a very deep, spiritual, philosophical message that's giving us new information, new knowledge, you know, that we've never had before. And a part of that knowledge as well is information that we have had, we've just had to accept. You know, with this Pluto and Capricorn, it's been hard to accept a lot of things, you know, that are out of our control, but has really triggered a massive transformation. And the message here from Mercury on the galactic center in Sagittarius is that we can't control everything. But what we learn and the journey we take and how we share that message is how we grow and how we evolve. And our duty here is to share, learn, and grow and help others evolve through the chaos and through the intensity and through what Saturn and Capricorn and Pluto and Capricorn is always teaching us and revealing is that reality is harsh. You know, Mercury is off that square to Neptune. So, you know, we're getting more solid clarity in our thoughts. It's still not out of shadow. We still got another week and a half, roughly, till we get to that place. But there's a big message with Mercury on the galactic center. Like the galactic center being a black hole is what our galaxy, our entire galaxy revolves around, right? It's the sun. of our galaxy. Our solar system and all the planets in our solar system revolve around the sun. Well, our entire solar system revolves around the galactic center, which is a fucking black hole. So this is some of the most powerful information that's coming through the other side. A portal. A black hole is a portal. There's information from the other side coming through on this new moon. And if your channels are open, which they are, I think most of our channels are open now. A lot of us have woken up more than ever. There is a message to be received here. Venus is still alone, not having many aspects. It will aspect Uranus here in the coming days. But all in all, like there's a big message with this new moon coming in here. It's very powerful, and it's coming from the other side. From the other side of whatever other dimension or alternate reality or parallel reality. There's a big message to be had here. So, this is the last time we're going to have this new moon in Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn. So, we want to take as much as we can get to really get this boost from Mars to activate this new willpower that's coming in. I mean, with Mars in Capricorn, the North Node in Aries, like there is this ultimate willpower and warrior energy that is very strong at this moment. We got to think too as well. If we look ahead, the next new moon in Capricorn, Mars is going to be retrograde. So this is a year where we're not coming into this year, where we're kicking off this first new moon of this Gregorian new year with personal planets that are retrograde. In fact, when we came into this new year, we had major planets go direct. So this is the moment where we're starting to really kick off. There's been so much deep transformation that has taken shape on an individual and collective level. And the information that we're receiving today and the opportunities that are showing up in our lives with Mars and Jupiter and Saturn supporting each other is allowing us to actually harness that in its full potential. So I want to wish you guys the best Capricorn new moon, the best final new moon in Capricorn with Pluto in Capricorn, and that the work that you do, the effort that you put in, and your staying power to stay on the path is that path unfolds for generations to come and can affect people on a deep level and change lives. Whether you change the world or you change some random person's life that you meet on the street just by sharing a message, right? So with Mercury in the galactic center, the information that you're receiving and sharing is so powerful and impactful, and more than usual, way more than usual. So we want to have our antennas up and ready to receive today, because Jupiter is, by next Tuesday, is going to finally move a degree by next week. So Jupiter is going to start picking up, and we're going to start receiving in a very powerful way, because I think that's what the next few months are about is, we're doing the work through this Capricorn season, but by the time you get to April and May, it's a big moment of receiving, before the wildness really kicks off through the second half of the year. So I wish you guys the best. Stay true to the path and leave your legacy with this new moon in Capricorn, because this is the last one we're going to see in our lives with Pluto here. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.